that are being passed, like the market structure bill and the stablecoin bill in the United States, and where MiCA is solidifying, what's going to end up happening is the big guys, the Magnificent Seven, are going to come into crypto, and that's going to bring 3 billion users into crypto. You're going to have cryptocurrency wallet in your Android phone. You're going to have a cryptocurrency wallet in your iPhone. You're going to have a cryptocurrency wallet Windows, and they're going to be using stablecoins. It's not because Papa Satya over at Microsoft is like, boy, I love crypto. It's he hates paying fees. If you're Microsoft, you got people in 150 countries, and you hate some local bank in Bangladesh or Pakistan or someplace charges you 5% here or 10% here. You want to get rid of that whole thing. So why not pay them in stablecoins, Windows to Windows, and you're your own bank. Plus, if they're issuing that token, they could wake up just like Tether does and get $20-30 billion a year in yield from treasury bills. The new law.
U.S. tech giants ready to enter crypto. Charles Hoskinson confirms, Johnny, and that's what we're witnessing today. One of the things that we've noticed here in 2025 is that the crypto advocates now have a voice in Washington, D.C. And what Charles Hoskinson went on to explain here is he's actually working with Senator Tim Scott to develop friendly crypto regulation right now. If you're not optimistic, that video should make you excited. There are 3 billion collective users for those tech giants he just listed, and they're all about to enter crypto. Johnny, what's your perspective here? And then we'll continue.
You know, Abs, first of all, whenever you want somebody to get into an application or use something, it has to be simple. When you think today, the use case of moving crypto around, try to get your grandmother to send something to somebody else's wallet with 32 letters, 32 bits, or data. Make sure you get that address right, or copy and paste it, and even they have to figure out how to copy and paste. It's way too complex and complicated for them. But when the Magnificent Seven come into this space, Charles is not wrong, my friend. That is game over. That is what we need. That's what, frankly, Abs, if you were to ask me, Johnny, when are you selling your bags? There's going to be multiple points along the way that I'm going to be selling them. One is going to be when we get this big boom into speculation, boom, we get regulation. That's like big sell point number one. The next big sell point for me is after you have the Magnificent Seven launch their products. Because what's going to happen, Abs, they're going to integrate this technology. I've been telling you, blockchain is the back end. Happens on the back end. It ain't going to be things that you kind of see and feel, but it's on the back end. When that happens, they're going to be using these things. As Charles just said, they're paying fees, the way they're communicating, all that stuff. Nobody sees how that works. Nobody cares when you use Apple Pay, how much they pay in fees. But guess who does care? Apple cares. Their shareholders care, right? What do I always say on this show, Abs? Cheaper, better solutions. That's what companies want. Well, blockchain, A, checks the box, gives them cheaper, better solutions. And B, the Mag 7 brings to the world the new use case of this technology in a very simple way where all you got to do is take your phone and do what you do today. Hey, Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, whatever you want to use. Very simple. Use it the way you use it. You don't even know that behind the scenes, blockchain is getting the job done. And in that case, we who are here early and invested it are going to benefit from that.
And this is why I've been saying since 2024, Johnny, this year, under Donald Trump's leadership, we are going to see the mass marketing campaign of the century begin for crypto assets. And the moment that starts is when companies like Apple, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft not only start using these products for their real world use cases, but begin marketing it to their clients, which is exactly what we're predicting here. Now, I do want to remind people, if you're enjoying this content, smash that like button and leave a comment down below. When do you think we will have American crypto regulation launched here? I believe we're only 90 days away, but let's talk about why this may be different. Here we go.
Yeah, you definitely didn't have any of the catalysts we have now. You didn't have nation states adopting. You didn't have talk of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. You don't have presidents talking about it. You don't have countries adopting it. And you don't have ETFs. You didn't have ETFs back then. So the game has completely changed. So going back to the predictions, I think everyone wants to play it safe and be the reasonable guy. We'll pick something safe, right? It's up there and it's reasonable. But the thing you have to look at is when you get to 200, close your eyes and imagine Bitcoin is 200 now. What's the world look like? It's a very different world. I mean, 2 trillion, 4 trillion. Now let's say Bitcoin is at 500K. Again, imagine the world. What does it look like? Would people be selling? So at 500, we're almost halfway to gold market cap. And I think at that point, I call it the Veblen threshold. So, Veblen goods, it's the more expensive it is, the more people want it.
And that's going to be working in our favor here, Johnny. And that is why I believe anybody who is in the crypto space today, from a macro standpoint, we're very, very early. Floor is yours, and we'll wrap it up.
I'll tell you what, I love this guy. I don't know who he is, but I think he watches our show. We've been literally saying what this guy has been saying all along, that this time the cycle was going to be different. Everything was going to be different. We got new president, new SEC chairman, new laws and regulation coming. All those things are going to change the game. But when you think about what we just talked about, the Magnificent Seven, Apple, Microsoft, Google, do you think those companies are going to integrate a technology, a blockchain technology that the SEC is going after, that's persecuting, crucifying, and suing companies? Do you think that those 7 companies go, yeah, we're going to integrate this technology? No freaking way. NFG, no freaking way. NFG, it's NFW. No freaking way. No way they would do it. So the blessing that we have here is now with the Trump administration, basically what Trump has done, he signaled to the Magnificent Seven and everybody else that it's time to play. It's time to play the game. We need that music. Time to play the game. Triple H would be so proud. But it's that time, Abs. We are moving to that stage where, if you remember, folks, there were 4 stages in terms of when you try to launch a technology into the world. Stage 1 is when, the big boys who don't want to lose control of it, they just ignore you. Like, they ignore them. They'll go away. Stage 2, when that doesn't work, like, they start laughing at them, embarrass them, chuckle at them, right? Then when you're still sticking around, Abs, it's like, oh shit, what are we gonna do here? Stage 3, we fight you, and then stage 4, we join you, and that's where we are today. Thanks to President Trump, we are now in stage 4. Then they join you, and this is where the fun begins.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you. Let us know underneath the video, 1s if you're optimistic, 2s if you're not. But here's a clear message. Donald Trump is making America the crypto capital of the world.
Make the United States a manufacturing superpower and the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto.